Is the OnePlus 2 worth it?
Do you think the OnePlus 2 has one of the better cameras out there?
How good has your battery life been on the OnePlus 2?
What's good, guys? Jonathan here, and this is the OnePlus 2. 389 unlocked with a 5.5-inch 1080p display, Snapdragon 810 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and a 13 megapixel camera running Oxygen OS, which is built off Android 5.1. Now, as awesome as all that may sound, there still seems to be one giant looming question surrounding the OnePlus 2.
Hey Jonathan, do you think that there being no NFC makes the OnePlus 2 less appealing in its title of the flagship killer?
Yes and no. On one hand, with Apple Pay being so widely used and adopted, and then a revamped version of Android Pay coming out later this year, the ability, or in this case, the lack thereof, might make the OnePlus 2 less desirable. On the other hand though, some people don't ever take advantage of NFC, so if that's not something you think you need, I don't think that alone is a deal breaker for the OnePlus 2.
I'm interested to know what the in-hand feel is as far as the balance when you're holding it with one hand.
Honestly, for me, the ideal phone size is anywhere between 4.7 and 5.1 inches. That's the sweet spot for one-hand ability, so it's a little big on the OnePlus 2. It's not terrible or unusable, and you will get by using it with one hand. It's just not the ideal experience. The Sandstone back, on the other hand, does provide a nice grippy feel, which in this case is really helpful for a phone this size. Now, as far as the actual user experience goes, so far it's been really smooth, and I really dig the customization of Oxygen OS. For example, if you wanted to, you could enable software navigation so everything will be controlled on the screen, and then from there, the home button turns into just a fingerprint sensor. I also really love the ability to swap the recent apps and back button. By default, the back is on the left and the recent apps is on the right, but for me, the back on the right and the recent on the left feels way more natural. You then, of course, have the ability to enable gestures, so you could double tap to wake, draw an O to open the camera, draw a V to turn the flashlight on or off. Now with music, swiping 2 fingers down will play or pause the track, and then by drawing the greater than symbol, that's going to get you the next track, and then the less than symbol is going to get you the previous track. Now, by enabling dark mode, that grants you access to tweak the accent color of the settings menu, and you have a choice of 8 different colors. Now, another really sweet feature enabled by default is the ability to tweak audio. If you're playing music or watching a video and you adjust the volume up or down, you see you have quick access to a music, movie, or game profile, but then you can also dive a little deeper and completely adjust the EQ. With that said, the speaker on the OnePlus 2 isn't amazing. It does the job, but for me, it's a little tinny sounding.
Hey, I was wondering, how does the screen do in bright light? Like, how bright and dark does the screen get?
It's not amazing, but it's also not terrible. And I think really that's where I would love to see a big technology leap in terms of being able to use our phones in direct sunlight. But as far as regular everyday use in normal environments, the screen looks fantastic. Some people may be turned off due to the fact that this phone is not 1440p and only 1080p, but you gotta remember, it's under $400. And even with that said, for watching movies, playing games, and the size of the screen, it's an awesome experience.
Does the OnePlus 2 have optical image stabilization?
It does, and it works really well. Overall impressions of the camera as a whole though are solid. You got a 13 megapixel sensor, f2.0 aperture, dual LED flash, and laser autofocus. Low light performance is better than average. The autofocus is snappy and it's quick, but I don't know if it's enough to outperform the Galaxy S6 or the LG G4. I will though be doing a more in-depth comparison against both of these phones because it's clear we want to see how the OnePlus 2 stacks up against the competition.
So if you do a fingerprint scanner on a OnePlus 2 versus the Galaxy S6, that would be great.
So consider this a mini preview against the Galaxy S6, or in this case the S6 Edge. Definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss the full comparison, but honestly I feel like 2015 fingerprint sensors are smooth and they really just work well. Touching real quickly on the S6 and the S6 Edge, the fingerprint reader on this versus the S5 is infinitely better. And then on the other hand, the OnePlus 2, that has also been a really enjoyable, quick, snappy experience. Setup really didn't take too long. I was up and running pretty quickly. And then more importantly, it was really accurate. And I really wouldn't say that one was drastically better than the other, but in this case, I think both have solid fingerprint readers.
How much time does it take for the OnePlus 2 to charge? Up to like 50% or more.
So as far as the battery goes, I got the OnePlus 2 down to around 25%, plugged it in at 12:05 using the standard OnePlus charger, and then from there it took about an hour to get it up to 94%. Now this might be another turnoff for some of you guys with the OnePlus 2 not having any quick charge technology. Again, that's definitely a bummer and I would have loved to see something like this implemented in the OnePlus 2, but just like NFC, I don't feel it's enough of a deal breaker to not go for the OnePlus 2, especially for the price. Aside from that though, that wraps up my first 48 hours with the OnePlus 2. I will most most likely do a 1 month later update because there's things I want to dive into like USB-C. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to go Mexican Mom with a chancla on that like button, and I will see you guys later.
Hey God, I was wondering if you think my dog would like the OnePlus 2?